Work podcast. Before I introduce my guest, who is a very familiar face, if you're part of the woodworking community, you will know of Mr. Tom Jones. What I need you to do, firstly, is review this podcast because the production actually costs Paul money at the moment, and we would just like to make it or get it to a point in which it doesn't. So hit review, and please, my next guest, Tom Jones, please introduce yourself.
What is up, you hot dogs? It's me. I don't know what else you want from me, to be honest, yeah?
No, I don't know either.
I'm Tom.
It's a good duo.
Mate, it's a solid Tom and Jerry, innit?
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's funny when you record things, you always feel like there's a spotlight on it, and you just kind of...
Yeah, I struggle.
You got to get through the... You got to get past that.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, no, someone messaged me on Instagram the other day. He's a firefitter, and he said to me, Tom, how do you manage like talking to the camera? Like, I'd be so worried that I was gonna make myself look like a tit. I'm like, well, the problem is if you just stop worrying whether you look like a tit or not, then all the issues go. Like, I'm more than willing to understand that I might look like a tit every now and again, and I can live with that. I myself.
It was you. Go on.
I'm Tom, by the way. Just, let you all know, Tom Jones. I do a bit of woodworking. I fit wood burners for a living. I sweep chimneys, roof work, general nonsense on Instagram. Sorry, back to Jerry.
So Tom, you actually got me on Instagram. Really, it's funny because we met probably about a year ago. That's about a year ago now, isn't it?
I came to Exeter to visit Rob and Natasha and I.
Yeah. How is that Rob guy?
Wicked. He started a new job. He's doing great. I think he's looking for another job now though, but yeah, he's sound. He still messages me every now and again. He's, like when you say like surround yourself with like intelligent, like-minded people. He's one of those guys. He's just good to know and like sort of absorb off of,
Your scrapwood build off. Why a crosscut piece?
A cookie.
Yeah. Why do people call them cookies? Why do people call them cookies?
It cooks me. Well, to be honest, I got about 4 of them left, like still sat in my kitchen. So.
What piece is it? What tree is it? I didn't really look at it.
It's beech, spalted beech from Craigenose Country Park. I sawmilled it out of a country park over in Brecon. 5 years ago, something like that.
Right, let's get the board.
Yeah, go on.
Go on. Go on.
We digress.
Yeah,
no, the reason I just used it because I couldn't really use it for anything else. So, like, the issue with scrapwood build-off is financially, to me, a split cookie is not worth doing anything with apart from lobbing on the fire to burn for heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's going to want to... Or if I sell it, someone's going to be like, oh, will you take 10 quid for it? I'm like, man, I'd rather have the heat. So that's why I use that. But yeah.
How'd you get into chimney sweeping? Or chimney refurbs? Or burner installations?
Well, my old man Jones, essentially. So dad started doing it. He done one in our house when I was a little kid. I got a picture somewhere of when I was literally like 3, standing by the side of a wood burner that dad just fitted. And then he sort of got a job or a different job over the years and that. Then my gran, his mother, passed away, unfortunately. A bit of like a shock thing. And she left him some money. So instead of like the money, it's like, oh, we'll save the money, we'll save it for a rainy day, or you know what I mean? He said it was just dwindling. So he said, right, I want to do this. I want to do my head dust course so we can go and install wood burners properly, the right way. And that was 13 years ago.
Because you're fucking handy. You're really handy. I swear, when I look at the stuff that you can do, you can put your hand to most fucking things. Do you reckon you get that off Old Man Jones?
Definitely, 100%. 100%. I always joke with him. Like, he always has a massive go at me because I spend ages getting something perfect. Like, ages and ages and ages. And even if it be like something up on a roof, and he'll say, it's up on a roof, no one's ever going to see it. I'm like, yeah, but it's him that I've got in the back of my mind going, is that good enough now? Just, you know what I mean? Is that... Do you know what I mean? In the back of my head, it's my dad going, I wouldn't have done it like I see. Do you know what I mean? And for some reason, this has just always been the same. So yeah, he's the one. He's more metalwork side of things and fabric cobbling and stuff like that. I'm more woodworking, but it's kind of handy to have the two of us. You know?
Yeah, those skills kind of coincide.
Oh, 100%.
It's I've always found that with people who do woodworking, they're interested in metalworking, and vice versa for people that do woodworking.
Yeah,
well, hang on, the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, metalworking is basically just like woodworking, but you can cheat.
Yeah, you can fuck up. You glue it back on.
You just, hot glue gun it back together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like woodworking with training wheels. Boy, we're going to have so much hate off metalworkers, you know. I don't know. They're like, it's more difficult than it looks. So I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
But secretly, they want to do woodworking.
Yeah, secretly, they all want to be a wood womble.
Right. You are also going to Holland.
Yes, I'm going back out to Holland. So we done the XXL 2023 summer event.
Okay, hang on. For those that don't know what XXL is, give them a go. Just let them know what that is.
Right. So basically, XXL is an event run by a fella and his wife. Well, he runs it, but his wife's amazing as well. Like, she does all the cooking for us and sorts out dinner and everything. So basically, they run a massive sawmill in the Netherlands called big. XXL. Oh boy,
it's fucking big.
Like, mate, like they was literally. So I've got a 64-inch Granberg mill, 64-inch bar, and we were struggling to find a log small enough for me to mill. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck? Like, I mean, I was going up in some of the small logs were like the biggest logs I've ever seen in my life.
Jesus.
He's like, oh yeah, just have a go at that one. It's all right. I'm like, bro, that's maxing my mill out. He's like, oh really? I wasn't even going to buy that one because it was too small. I'm like, huh? But yeah, anyway, yeah. So they basically run an event which you get like invited to. So if you do sawmilling or woodworking, or generally if like you're a fabric cobbler, or do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. It's mainly sawmilling. You get invited to be part of a team. So there's obviously the team Netherlands or team Holland. There's team Germany, team Wales, team England, team Belgium, team Serbia. There's a load of us, team Sweden. And you all just go, it's not a competition. You just rock up, get your saws out, start milling, and just have fun with other people who are as mental as you are, really.
It's a weird. I would say the whole sawmilling community is very small, very small.
People, the one thing that cooks me is people look at sawmilling and go, "Well, you just take a log and turn it into planks, mate." Well, I mean, like, you don't do sawmilling because it's like, oh, sorry, I'll change that. You don't do sawmilling on mine or say maybe your level to become a financial millionaire.
No, you don't.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's fucking impossible. Unless your mill is running 6 days a week for 12-hour shifts on rotation with wagon after wagon of sticks coming in to do dimensional timber or high-end oak stuff. And do you know what I mean? Shipping in stuff from France for oak and that, you're not going to make mental bucks. So we're doing it because we fucking love it and want to.
I think that's sometimes what people don't really see is the factories. They are factories. You can't, there's no other way of describing it. There are sawmills across the country, and it's a fucking conveyor belt, like sticks. My camera won't even get me in frame, but we're talking sticks that are minimum 2 foot in diameter go in, and 2x2s come out.
Yeah, 3x2s, 4x2s. It's mental. It's mental.
And it converts at a rate of like every. I don't know. It's fast. It's so fast. But to give everyone a scale of that, it's a very sophisticated outfit.
It's I think we've got one. The closest one to me is Pontrhyl Sawmill, and they run all week, every day. I'm not even sure if they do night shifts as well, but they literally run. You can drive for about 30 minutes. And you're still going past this saw log bay. So, like this staging area for their saw logs to come into. You could drive for like 30 minutes and you're still passing it. But like that's industry level sawmilling. That's not like what I'm trying to do or what you were trying to do or what Bardo's trying to do in XXL. What he's doing is he's taking these monster, massive dinosaurs of trees. I'm talking, he had a 1 log load the other day. There was 22 tons.
His yard must be very flat.
Oh, yeah. But it's the Netherlands, mate. It's all flat.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
No, it is. And it's all concreted. It's like a proper mint yard. Like, it's really nice.
Nice.
But, like, what he's doing is he's taking trees that would realistically be chopped down and, like, ripped into nothing, split up, put into biomass. Do you know what I mean? Wasted, essentially, completely wasted, and taking them, buying them, and giving them a new life as these massive tables or massive doors or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Anything you want, you can make it.
I'm not being funny. I look at it and I think, fucking goals. Like I like the whole ethos of it. Because it's reusing something. For the most part, when people look at big trees, for the majority of the times, they're like, oh, well, it's obviously worth. But the reality of it is, moving something like that, you're barely making a profit.
No, not by the time you move it and mill it and dry it and then have someone come along and go, will you take 80 quid?
The one at the bottom.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Always. Oh yeah, I've got these identical slabs. One's at the bottom, one's at the top. Which one do you want? Oh, I'll have the one at the bottom. You know what I mean? Nah, bro. Yeah, you can have the one at the bottom, but it's 80 quid more.
Only 80? I don't know if I should mention this. Maybe I ought to. Anyway. I got delivered a 6-ton doorstop the other day in my bottom yard. Not a happy bunny. It's fucking winter. I'm a fucking farmer. My access was fucked up. Yeah. I was so unhappy. So unhappy.
What was it?
Like first it was an ash stick that was at least it's got to be over 2 tons. I know that doesn't 2 tons. Yeah. But my tractor barely picks up a ton.
Yeah, no. Yeah, 2 tons in a tractor is different to, do you know what I mean?
But again, we're coming back to, I guess, the whole industrial size thing. But when 2 tons doesn't sound like much, but the biggest tractor that I have is now considered a compact tractor. And it cries. It fucking wants to die when I even try and pick up anything in that nature. It just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. You need a telehandler.
I'd love a telehandler. Tom, what are you drinking?
It's got the weight on the back end, mate. Well, I've just finished my Guinness, to be honest.
Right.
We
were comparing drinks before.
That's ridiculous, mate. That's not beer. That's fucking rocket fuel.
It's so good. I'm gonna send you some of these for Christmas. You need to give me your address. All right, actually, guess how much this costs?
For one can?
Yeah, you're gonna fucking cry if I tell you.
£5.
No,
£6.
no,
£8.
no.
Bro, if it's over £8, don't fucking send me one.
It's why? No, but the way that I think about it is, if you go out to a pub, your average pint costs a £5.
Where you are, yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Not in my fucking pub, you don't.
How much do you pay for a pint at your place?
Pint of Guinness is probably about the most you pay for a Guinness around here is like £4 odd.
Well, it's basically a £5. There's not much change left, is there?
When you're bloody drinking 10 of them, there is.
But this is what I'm saying. You're only gonna have if you drink 10 Guinnesses and what Guinness, whatever.
Guinness. I think it's both plural. It's like sheep. It's not like sheepses.
Sheep's. Shh. So this for whoever can't see it because I can't fucking figure out this. It's 12.5%.
That's mental.
It's nuts. So my logic is if you go out and you buy like 2 cans, you're buying. Well, sorry, when you go out to a pub, you end up buying at least 2 drinks minimum, and you're already spending a tenner. So, and I can't drink in terms of volume. Like I just get all like bloated and shit. So, wang one of these in, and then you're drinking half the volume, but it's literally like quadruple the percentage.
No, I'm a slow and steady drinker. I went out on Saturday and we done a solid. What was it like? I think it was like 11 till 10 in the night. 11 in the day till 10 in the night.
11 till 10. 12 hours, nearly 12 hours.
12-hour shift on Saturday. Rough as Tarzan's feet, man.
Right. I know you're big on quotes. How many other quotes you got? Go on. I know you got rough as Tarzan's feet. Now. Come on, mate. Oh, it does the thumbs. Can you see that?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You just sound like you stood on a dog.
A
yelp, then. Yeah, so you got rough as Tarzan's feet. What's up?
Oh, Down syndrome puppy.
What?
You remember? Oh, I can't remember. You were on the phone to me one day. I was somewhere and you were like something about a Down syndrome puppy. And I was like, what the fuck?
I don't think puppies can have Down syndrome, can they?
Nah.
Did I say that? I see, this is the problem. See, I say random shit before I think about the consequences. That's the issue. Do you know what I mean? And I'll do it as well in like customers' houses. And like I was working in a house. I was working house over Merthyr last week, and it was like freezing cold. It was getting dark at like 3:00, and this woman came in and she's like, "Oh, you know, this and that." And I'm like, "Look, love, I can only piss with the cock I got, right?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I just said that straight up to a customer's face." Like, do you know what I mean? Oh,
okay, actually, that brings me on to a really good question. How formal are you with customers?
Me, usually, I can be quite professional, realistically, but at the end of the day, I am who I am. I don't change that. Do you mean I don't pretend to be someone who I ain't in front of customers? So you tend to like read the room a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like you can tell the ones. I'm really lucky in my area. Everyone's pretty sound. Like I don't do a lot of work in like, I don't want to say posh areas, but you know, like when you go certain areas, then the clientele start getting a bit more like, you know what I mean? Whiffy, like they start getting a bit posher, like, you know what I mean? And then you start to got to be careful a bit. But everyone else is sound, so I'm basically exactly the same as I am on my Instagram as I am with my customers. I haven't got time to try and pretend to be someone else on Instagram. Like my life's not about that. I am what I am. If you don't like it, fine. Don't have me fit the fire or don't follow me on Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. It's funny that you should say that, because I think when we maybe all start on putting our face on social media, we all try to be all la-di-da and all of this kind of shit. And then you soon realize the facade fades, doesn't it? All this shit fades.
Yeah.
And you start becoming like, I don't know, I can't really explain it. But for me, what I noticed is over the course of time, you start thinking, oh, you know what? I actually can't be fucked.
Man. That's why I like, I gotta be honest, I never really put on a facade. I never like try to do anything or say anything funny. I never even plan what I'm gonna say. Like if I say something in a video or a story or like this now, we're completely winging this. Is it gonna sound like shit? It might sound like shit, but I mean, we can only piss with the cock we got. You know what I mean? But like, you just gotta do it and not worry about doing it, not worry about what you're gonna say, and then if you just do it the way you want to do it, you never have to worry about like, oh, do I have to pretend to be happy? Do I have to pretend to be sad? Do you know what I mean? Fucking grow up. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Just like
no,
put it out there.
I think the difficulty is because I think a lot of people want the wider world to assume an element of professionalism. But for the most part, we're all just fucking humans, and it's just, you know, like you're gonna do a job, you're gonna be pissed off. Like there's gonna be an element about it that you're gonna be mad about.
100%.
But I think what I like about like your account, there is the raw, absolute raw kind of nature of it. It's just it's just genuine. It's just you, Tom.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You've got a bit of an unfair advantage. You've got a bit of an unfair advantage because you've met me. Does that make sense? So you know what I'm like. Does that make sense? So, of course, sometimes I do put stuff up on Instagram and I look back and I think, oh, do people think I'm trying to be funny there? Do you think I'm trying to do this? And then that rapidly, I just forgot thinking about all that because I thought, if I'm going to second guess every fucking story I put up, every reel I put up, then I'm just not going to enjoy it. Does that make sense? If I've got to like worry for the next 40 minutes now thinking, oh, what I said on my story, is that okay? Like,
mate, you're smashing it at the moment. You're literally smashing it.
It has slowed a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not doing it for the followers anyway. I don't care. I don't care if I've got like 3 people watching me or 30 people. It don't bother me.
No, but you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. You're smashing it because of who you are.
Oh, right. I've never been very good at taking compliments, mate.
Oh.
I'm shy to it. It's one of my worst things.
I mean, I'll admit, I'll literally only go on my phone on occasion just to tune into your stories.
That's all I wanted. I'm going to go now. Bye.
Okay, so I suppose in some ways we've got to stick to wood and work. Let's pick a topic. Let's pick a topic which is probably going to get both of our backs up.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're going to say. I know exactly what you're going to say.
Let's go for the emissions quota.
Right, for a fucking start, right? For a start, I get this in the neck all the time because I fit wood burners for a living. That's my job, right? So every fucking day, I'll have at least like one person turn to me and go, oh, how are you going to manage when they ban all wood burners out? I'm like, but they can't even fucking police who's putting them in properly. How are they going to ban them all? Do you know what I mean?
I think actually, I think this is what winds me up the most, because let's just say hypothetically Armageddon hit like real bad.
It's on its way.
How the fuck are people going to heat their homes? Most new build houses don't even put that shit in.
No, well, realistically, all right, when you really think about it, when you really get down to the brass tacks of it, in Wales especially, or UK, we don't have a great deal of sun, right? So solar is a bit, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
At least if we had something in place to plant and harvest trees for fuel, we'd have a way of having a properly actual renewable source of energy. Do you mean? Instead of wind turbines that take God knows how many years to pay off, or do you know what I mean? Like something that's quick is there. The emissions thing is so difficult because there's so many different documentation on it. Because you'll have one side, like one side came out and said wood burners are responsible for 86% or something like that of all particulates in the air, right? But in that category, they included house fires.
No.
So, like, if your house caught on fire, barbecues, bonfires, car fires. I'm like, you can't include all that. But then, of course, the SIAM, which is a Stove Installers Association or Stove Industry Association, took that data and paid for an independent adjudicator to have a look at that data. And they worked it out. There's something, it was only like 4% or like 8% of that was actual wood burner pollution from solid fuel stoves. Because the stoves we're putting in now have to be up to the new Clean Air Act. So it means they have to be over at least 80% efficient or around that. Like, even if they don't have to be, all of the stoves I'm fitting now are about 80%, 85% efficient. Very rarely now you get anything under 75, 76.
Yeah, but they're shit. They're shit. I found the really high efficient stoves to be so bad.
Crap. Yeah, do you know why? Hello?
Who's that? You got a guest?
Someone's knocking at my door and set the alarm dogs off.
Do you want to go say hi to him? Bring him in. Bring. Oh.
Who is it, lot? Who is it? She don't know either.
Yeah.
The wood ones.
They're shit. They're so bad.
You know, so there was a company, Burley. I think it was Burley.
Burn. Yeah. I know exactly what you're on about.
Do you know? It was the tank.
Yeah.
They had 4 fires and they started a tank on it, and they were like, oh, our fire's like 92% efficient, and everyone would like jump on a bandwagon. Yeah, great, that's sound 91%. That's great. Like, you want as much heat out as possible, but your fire only burns at say 5 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Right. So to work out, there's an equation to work out the kilowattage from your efficiency that's going up your chimney as opposed to coming out into the room. And it was so minute. What was happening was, it was so slow going out to the chimney, it was just sucked in the chimneys up. But they were just, the chimneys were just closing up because they were just running way, way too slow. And all the substrate could fall out of suspension and just clog chimneys up super tight.
So what I learned, because I'm one of those wankers that I ended up fitting one of those but burn whatever in a place in Exeter. They're meant to be for softwood only. They're meant to just burn softwoods. Yeah,
I kind of hate it. I kind of hate that though. Like, I kind of hate when a fire manufacturer or a manufacturer of anything really comes to you and says, you have to use this. Do you know what I mean? It's like if Still come to you now and say, oh no, I'm not, you know, thingy in your warranty because you didn't use Still 2-stroke oil. Oh, you're frozen.
Oh,
you're back.
You're back. You're back. Yeah, no.
Where did I freeze?
When a manufacturer.
Oh yeah, when a manufacturer stipulates to you exactly what you can and can't burn, or what you can and can't do with the thing that you've just bought. It'd be like, if I took my still saw back to the main dealer and they were like, oh yeah, no, we're not covering your warranty because you didn't use still 2-stroke oil. Or, do you know what I mean? Like, that person's going to buy that fire and burn whatever they want, whatever they can get in it.
Yeah.
They're not going to go to someone and be like, oh, is that all softwood now? They're just going to burn whatever you can get.
Yeah. But my other thought on it, I'll admit, is you can then, because you're going to get more, if you're planting a crop of trees, you're going to get your return back. You're going to get your return back faster on softwood. So, but I recognize when I fitted it, it is actually really fucking efficient. Like I can get the heat up. I can get the heat up to about like high 300 at least in a matter of minutes. It's fast.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult for the people that are there at the moment who are burning stuff, because I'm like, you gotta burn
this
crap.
Not that. Yeah. Which is alright if it's you a fire and you know the difference between the crap and not. Do you know what I mean? Like, I go to people's houses and they don't even know if their wood is dry that they're buying. Or they'll say, oh yeah, I just had a wicked deal. I just bought a load of hardwood. And I'll go out there and like 30-40% of it's fucking pine. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, well, that's not hardwood. But you can't. Realistically, you could blame the guy who's selling it, but also just educate yourself on the differences. Really, innit? It's not that hard. People say to you, oh, I want me to know the difference in hard and softwood. I'm like, mate, just pick it up. Innit? Just fucking hold a piece in each hand.
That's a bit unfair. That is unfair. You're looking at it from a different eye. You've had a bit of practice.
This is true, I suppose. But, like, I don't know. Like, it's like on about the emissions and all that. I think it's all bollocks set up. Oh, God. I'm probably going to get in trouble now. It's all bollocks set up just to try and scare people into buying kiln-dried wood.
Yes. 100%.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit, man. Like,
kiln-dried wood is a load of kiln-dried firewood. Sorry, is a load of bullshit. It's all a load of bullshit.
Kiln-dried
it's
firewood.
A lie.
Kiln-dried timber.
Okay.
Kiln-dried firewood. No good. God, just stick my hands. You can tell I just finished work, can't I?
Well, no, I managed to get my hands cleaned up. Oh, yeah, I've been doing a new skincare routine. You've been doing that?
No.
Useful.
I did do one on my face.
You've shaved your face?
I have shaved my face.
No, did you put something on the face to stop it rashing and that?
Yeah, I used some oil stuff. I'm not going to get into that. Everyone's going to think I'm a soft Nancy Pantsy man. I didn't use any oil on my face or moisturizer. I'm so hard.
Dry razor. No,
dry razor.
Shaving cream.
I dry Grans Force Brooks Forester's axe. Yo, bro. Put your hand up the screen there a second.
Oh, fuck right off. Which one?
What up? Well, the one that you've got 4 3/4 fingers on, you dickhead. What the fuck happened to that?
Well, it's not there, is it, Tom?
Oh shit, Sherlock.
Okay. Oh, mate, it's a bad story. So you know my firewood processor?
Was
it
cut off or crushed off?
Crushed off.
Oh!
This is the worst bit. I had students that day, and this is the irony of it. I had students that day. The whole morning, I was telling them where to not put fingers. The conveyor belt was stuck because it's run on a friction. And I don't know why. I don't know what, because the distance between that cog and that cog is so fucking far. You can squeeze it.
That cog and that cog.
Oh, fuck off. So look, you got that cog and that cog down here is so far. You can squeeze it. You can squeeze the belt to add friction.
Yeah.
It's so you don't have to turn the fucking thing off. You can figure out whether or not there's something wrong with the friction belt, or it's just fucking broken. Anyway, I don't know what possessed me. Usually I prod it with a stick, but because it was running so slow, I just went like that. I went like that. I don't know why. And then I just... It didn't exist. The face on this student's face was he was... I felt so stupid, man. Do you know what the other worst thing about it is I know we all do a job and we cut corners and we don't play by the rules and all that kind of shit. On that day, I was wearing a scarf, by a PTO, you know, all of the no-nos, of the no-nos. So the way that I look at it is I got off pretty lightly, because the reality of it is I could have just been sucked into the PTO and I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. We've all seen those horrific videos.
Dead.
I don't know if I'd be dead.
I got a silicone wedding ring, mate.
Oh, I've always thought about that. I've always seen your wedding ring, and I've always wanted to ask that.
So my main concern is that I'm going to fall off a ladder and my finger's going to stay up on the ladder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it grabs,
you know what it's called?
Ring, degloving.
That's the one.
Sounds rough as fuck, doesn't it?
Have you seen the photos?
No, I don't want to either.
Oh my god.
No, it sounds physically horrible, and like it's just gonna suck. It's just gonna suck. So yeah, that's why.
Whose idea was that? Was that yours or Lauren's?
Lawrence, I think. Because I just wasn't gonna wear the wedding ring because I got a gold one. I got my father's gold one, we had off his father. So like, I was like, well, I'm not gonna wear that to work anyway because it's just worth too much. Like
sentimental.
That's the badge, yeah. That's the word. So yeah, I wasn't gonna wear that to work anyway. So Lauren was like, "Oh, do you want one of these?" And they like 10 for like 10 quid. I'm like, sign me up. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
so for those that don't know, what does Lauren do?
Oh fuck! You've right put me on the spot now. No.
Why?
So she works in a university hospital. She's got a doctorate in cellular molecular medicine, I think.
What's that, mate?
It's like super small gardening and that.
Right, folks, this is a healthy relationship. For those that are viewing this, this is a sign of a healthy relationship. And honest a clear...
Look, honest to God, right? So she done her. She done her PhD in HCMV, which is the human cytomegalovirus.
What is that?
Yeah, don't bother, but she was 4 years doing the bloody PhD. It took me 3.5 to learn how to fucking say it. Honest to God. So basically, it's a virus. I want to say, I think virus. Yeah, human cytomegalovirus. But it can cause issues. It can cause birth defects if a mother catches it while she's pregnant. So while the baby's in, I think it's called utero, is it when it's in? Is Lauren going to walk in now and be like, "You're fucking wrong, man"? I just gonna no. But yeah, so she's doing that. So she's a doctor. She's the brains. She's the brains of the operation. Well,
yeah,
within reason. She's not that fucking clever because she married me. Do you know what I mean? So take that if you will.
How long have you known Lauren for?
We were in school together.
Was is it childhood sweethearts?
Yeah, more or less. I was 18, she was 17. And now I'm 28 now. So yeah. I think
you only got married recently.
Anniversary. Yeah. February was our 10th anniversary. So, and we got married on it. I I've been putting it off for 10 years. Do you know what I mean?
When did you propose, though? Was it one of those long engagement type of things?
Yeah, we were engaged for about... No. So well, this is what fucked me up, right? So we were together for like 8 years, and then I thought, well, I better have to pull my finger out here. Do you know what I mean? She was dropping hints like fucking left, right, and centre, obviously. I was like being the classic idiot, like, I feel like should we, do you know what I mean? I'm like,
I'm sorry, I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
I'm like, okay. So then I thought, well, if I play my cards right, I thought, if we get engaged now, it should buy me like another 8 years. Did it fuck? Did it hell? And then we decided when we got married, Lauren kept going and looking at nice places and that, and everywhere was like, oh, it's all right, but it's not quite like, you know what I mean? Like I think it's a bride thing. They want to be able to see it and go, oh. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what we do with massive trees?
It's not a comparison. It's just...
There it is. You see like a massive, big old fat stick down. You're like, oh. I think that's what she wanted, right? But like, she wasn't getting that from anything. So Dad then, as you all would know him if you follow me on Instagram, Old Man Jones, right? He was like, why don't you just have the wedding down here on our land? And I was like, oh, I could save some money.
Smart. Oh, what?
Well, no, not by the time you factor in like renting the yurt, building toilets from scratch.
Can't you just rent that?
Oh, we could. It actually cost me less to build the toilets from scratch than to rent them.
Are we just talking normal long drop toilets?
No, so what do you mean by long drop? I wanted like posh toilets.
Long drop, hole in the fucking floor, mate. But
oh God, no! It's my wedding.
No, you put a toilet seat over it and you cover it in sawdust. It's all eco and that.
I can't expect my nan to take a shit in a hole in the ground. Do you know what I mean? It's my nan. I wanted like nice toilets, mate.
You can put tiles on the wall.
Oh, get fucked. So yeah, nan. So what you gotta do is you gotta take it down. Make sure you don't pee in the same hole as the dump, and then just sprinkle a bit of sawdust over the top.
Yeah.
Nah, that weren't gonna happen, was it? That weren't gonna. You can just imagine Lauren trying to shuffle into a bloody compost toilet with her wedding dress on.
So how did you plumb this thing? I don't get it.
Septic tank.
Oh, you actually went the whole hog.
Oh yes, but like I saved some money on the timber, so I actually bought the timber as logs. It was waste from a woodland. You know, like they were doing a clear fell, and you know, like up with us, if they can't quite make a lorry load, or if it's got a little bit of beetle in it, or do you mean that sort of stuff? They just leave like a rake on the bank, and then someone gets paid to come in and clear it out. So then I just buy it off this guy who gets paid to clear it out. So I had it reasonably cheap. Do you know what I mean? And then I sawmilled all the timbers, all the 3x2s, sawmilled all the cladding, put them on metal bases. Lauren was like hunting on auction sites online and that for like toilets and hand basins and stuff like that. So
did you get Belfast sinks?
No, mate. No, we had posh his and hers sinks, mate.
Oh.
I'll have to send you the photos. If you paid attention, I did post them on Instagram, but you obviously don't love me that much.
I saw the build of it.
No, it was good. It was good. No one died. My urinals only leaked once. But it just all adds up, you know. It does all add up. Like even like down to stupid things, like because we're off grid basically down Mum and Dad's land. There's no like you've got electric, but it's not enough to run like all of it. So we had to get like a generator in and like tents for caterers and like stupid stuff that I didn't even think. Like we spent like over £1,000 just on like improving the track, so people didn't like bottom their cars out. It's just little stuff like that. But the way I thought of it was, at least we're improving something that's ours anyway, or gonna be ours, or that is mum and dad's, as opposed to like paying for a wedding and then it's all just gone. Do you know what I mean?
So is there scope in the future for mini Joneses?
Yeah, but I mean, I suppose I'd probably have to grow up enough to learn to look after myself first, really, wouldn't I?
That's a hard one. No, because I'm coming. No, I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I don't actually know when the best point to being a dad is.
There ain't, I think.
This is what I
think
mean.
it just happens.
I think people procrastinate. Do you know what I mean? You kind of sit there and you sit there and you ask yourself the silly questions. Oh, am I going to be a good dad? What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And I think most of the other shit is fairly superficial.
Yeah. I think, to be honest though, my mate, one of my best mates, Kerry, he's a diesel fitter, right? He's the one. Like, just always know a good plumber and a good diesel fitter. Do you know what I mean? Because then you're safe. Do you know what I mean? Anything goes down. Basically, if it smells like diesel, runs on hydraulic oil, he'll either fix it or fuck it up so no one else will. Do you know what I mean? That's his go-to. He'll weld anything to anything. And he was a dad, young, and this little boy, he's got a little boy and a little girl now. And he was like, yeah, stressed the shit out of him. Like, stressed him out. But he's like, wouldn't change it for the world. He's like, fine. He said, look at, like, I think wherever you look at or wherever you go from, you're never going to be financially ready for a child, I don't think. No. Does that make sense? Dog, do you want to drink our water any louder or what, bro? Piss off. Oh my God, did you hear that then? It was like...
I could hear it.
Jesus. Can't get the staff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there will be. I want kids, definitely. Lauren, yeah, I think she does. Should have asked her that, really, shouldn't I?
Well, I don't know. I suppose you already had the question. Otherwise, you wouldn't have really come to an answer.
Yeah, it's just like, of course, with Lauren's work, don't ask me again what she does, but we've gone past that. With Lauren's work, she struggles because she's on like 12-month contracts and that.
Right.
Or like a 2-year contract. It's kind of difficult. Like realistically, they're going to get super pissy if you're on a 12-month contract and then you're off on maternity for 9. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's called smart, isn't it?
Oh, not when you're trying to find money, because of course all Lauren's stuff is like funded, so you've got to like apply for grants and this and that and all that crap. Do you know what I mean? So you got to use whatever time you get so wisely. Like,
so it's through private. It's not NHS.
It's a weird one. So basically, she works in an NHS hospital and a lab, but it's not. The lab isn't NHS run. Basically, it's run by the university. But the university needs to get like granting to cover your work. Basically, do you know what I mean?
So is she more on the research side of things?
So she's research lab now. But yeah, she's like I said, she's
a brain. Yeah, a brain.
big old fat brain.
Yeah.
Oh, that digressed. I'm so glad we actually came down our road, actually, because otherwise I was going to say something bad about Woodsure.
You got plenty of time.
Nah, don't. I just think it's a way of taxing people, you know.
I know, it's a load of bullshit. I think it's absolutely bullshit. And I hope they watch this.
It's just a way of taxing. Go
on. Well, for me, the way that I look at it is I'm a firewood producer and I grow fucking trees. I think I know a little bit more about some yuppie in a fucking office. And
but I don't even care. I don't even care, to be honest with you. I don't even care if the yuppie in the office might have done 40 years in the industry. Absolutely fine. But in which case, they should know then that they're just peddling shit.
Mm.
You can't tell me that just because I put it in a kiln, it's better than the stuff I've been drying for 2 years.
It's called job creation, Tom.
No, it's called fucking tax, mate. Because as soon as it's got to go through a kiln, and you've got to be affiliated with Woodsure, then you've got to pay tax on your fuel. Haven't you?
Yeah.
They're not taxing gas or wood coal anymore, or they're not taxing it like they're still taxing that to the normal amount. But what they're doing is they've shit their pants and seen loads of people going over to solid wood especially, and gone, if all these people are using wood as a secondary source of heating, we're not going to make any tax on gas. I wonder what we can do. Basically, that's what I think's happened. But instead of, realistically, this is where I can be a bit cynical, to be honest with you. If they want to tax it for the purpose of tax, fine. But just fucking tell us. Innit? Just tell us. Don't hide behind the environmental side of things. Because I got people coming on to me and going, oh, you're killing the environment, mate. I'm like, bro, we're all killing the environment. You're sitting in your car and doing the work. You know what I mean? That's exactly the same.
That's it.
But if you want to tax it for the purpose of making money on it, that's absolutely fine. Just tell us you're doing it.
Tom, I'm coming up to the 52-minute mark. I want you to end with one of your famous quotes.
Oh, you've put me right in the spot now. I've used all my good ones so far.
Oh, you got to have another one. Who was it that told me the other day? You heard the quiet mouse nibbles the cheese.
The quiet mouse nibbles the cheese.
That's the one.
Oh, is that like a saying, like, if you put your head down and crack on, and
it's like slow and steady wins the race, isn't it?
Yeah. If you put your head down and crack on, you get there in the end, like, sort of thing.
That's the one. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I got a good one for you.
Go on then. Hang on. Is it borderline racial?
No, I'm not racist at all. No, I probably shouldn't say that. That might have to be.
I mean, I think no. I think we can go for it because it's a Just fucking go for it.
No, it's not a racial one at all. It's one of my mother's favourites, right? And she's always said this to me, and it's a mantra that lives in the back of my head, day in, day out. Whenever you're doing anything or buying anything, like machinery, chainsaws, whatever, right? She always says to me, Thomas, because she always calls me Thomas. She never calls me Tom. Always Thomas. She said, if you're going to have one, have a big one. And then that's basically just words to live by, really, innit? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to have one, have a big one. Like. You know?
Right. On that note, that is literally the perfect ending to this one. I can't. Sometimes when you
words in that time, mate.
What do you mean? Like, that's a fucking winner.
I feel like I feel like I've just talked at you for about an hour. I feel bad now.
Lies. No, this is my job, mate. I'm here to pull shit out of you.
Okay, don't tell Lauren.
Anyway, good people of the internet, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Jerry from Grantland, and again, I have to reiterate, guys, it does cost us at the moment to make this production, but what I need you to do is just go and check out the Wooden Work podcast on YouTube or the other various platforms. I'm going to ask Paul to leave a link in the description, and I need you to write a review. That way we can at least not pay to do this kind of stuff, because then we can get more people on. And if you have liked, of course, me and Tom having a chat this evening, then oh yeah, sorry, got the wrong way around. Tom and Jerry. Then please feel free to just dash in a few comments at the bottom. Tom, in a bit. Thank you, mate.
I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Those 12.5% beers are killers, mate. Hang on, let me stop this recording.